Alrighty. I can see more folks trickling in. We are at 1 minute past, so we can go ahead and get started now. Like I mentioned, this will be recorded, so you can reference it after or send to any colleagues who weren't able to join today or who may have missed the meeting. But thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We are very excited to be discussing all things personalization with you today, and specifically how mock architecture and its innate flexibility and composability can help you really provide seamless curated personal journeys for your customers across all of your digital and physical commerce touchpoints. And we'll also be giving you a live demo today of some exciting personalization use cases brought to life with Bloomreach customer data and engagement tools and Voucherify's promotions engine. So I do want to take this opportunity up front to define mock architecture, as this will be definitely very crucial to our discussions today. If we want to just go back to the initial slide there, Kathy, and I'll get the introductions up. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. So MACH stands for Microservices, API First, Cloud Native, and Headless. And ultimately, MACH principles believe in composability and the ability to connect many specialized services together to provide a highly flexible and highly adaptable business platform. So where legacy platforms have a single monolith attempting to kind of do all jobs at once and crashing everything if they fail, MACH platforms are nimble and integrate really the best of the best together by having specialist platforms for customer management, for search, for product management, for cart, for checkout, for customer engagement, and more. So for quick introductions, my name is Amy Cannon. I am a technical account manager at Voucherify. I'm kicking this webinar off today for you with my counterparts, Castian, also from Voucherify, our lead technical account manager, and Mark from Bloomreach, who is vice president of strategic program development. Awesome. So we'll start off today just with an introduction to both Voucherify and Bloomreach for those of you who aren't familiar with what we do. So Voucherify, starting first here, is a loyalty and promotions engine and proud member of the MACH Alliance. So our software helps customers across many industries, including retail, information technology, manufacturing, quick service restaurants, and entertainment. And we help customers build out coupons, automatic promotions, digital gift cards, referral programs, and loyalty programs. So a core function of Voucherify as a MACH-based composable tool is our ease of integration with other tools such as Bloomreach that allow our customers to easily target and personalize their promotions based on existing customer and product data from CRMs, CDPs, PIMs, ERPs, and more. These integration capabilities extend to a number of out-of-the-box integrations with customer engagement platforms as well. So that's allowing our customers to engage their customers directly with these personalized offers and messages through timely messages in their medium of choice. And Bloomreach, as you'll see today, is really a fantastic partnered integration for us, as it can both capture and segment customers based on attributes of their personas and prior behavior to target these personalized offers based off of, but also then after to engage them through their powerful communication and engagement tools. We are API first and equipped with a ready-to-use marketer's dashboard that really eliminates the need to involve developers at every step of the campaign building process and allows for quicker go-to-market time. So that can often be in a matter of weeks rather than months. All of this really together, allowing Voucherify to help you reduce development costs and time and increase customers' return on investment and sales through personalized, flexible, and scalable promotions and loyalty. Awesome. So I'll turn it over to Mark now to share more on Bloomreach.
Thank you, Amy. So Bloomreach is the world's #1 commerce experience cloud that empowers brands to deliver customer journeys so personalized they feel like magic. Bloomreach is also the first solution in the MACH Alliance that combines a customer data engine and marketing automation platform, allowing digital teams to view and action critical customer and product data across the entire customer journey and enable data-driven personalization across every customer touchpoint whilst working seamlessly with your existing tech stack. Essentially, we're built for the business users such as marketers, CRM managers, merchandisers, and even traders that use our tools on a daily basis to drive key business outcomes But as a MACH certified company, we're also ensuring our solutions meet the needs of developers as well, marrying efficient technology integration with maximized business ROI. So at Bloomreach, we strongly believe cloud-based composable architecture is the future of commerce and, in fact, most industries. The underlying MAP principles allows us to deliver faster innovation for our customers, better availability, and the ability for businesses to easily grow their commerce ecosystem as their technology needs evolve. These architecture and development principles ultimately provide our customers with more value and agility than legacy solution approaches. We can move to the next slide. So one thing we wanted to cover here was really how critical personalization is, particularly as we head forward into 2024. And I thought, what better way to kind of present this by using some independent studies that I came across that really demonstrate this message. Firstly, according to a recent McKinsey & Company report, 76% of consumers get frustrated when a brand does not offer personalized interactions while shopping. This is really important because it demonstrates brands need to cater for the evolving consumer needs with contextual personalization to drive higher engagement and increase revenue per visitor across both web and mobile channels, which are obviously critical components that through this integration and partnership we're able to deliver upon. The second stat, which is also interesting, is a study by Boston Consulting Group and Google on the impact of personalization on retail. And it showed, for example, that 40% of consumers are likely to spend more than planned when experiences are highly personalized. This really goes to demonstrate that tailoring experiences to delight your shoppers increases average order value, conversion rates, and most importantly, customer lifetime value, which are all key metrics for measuring the success of your campaigns. And lastly, and this is quite old school, but I absolutely love it, is the Pareto's 80-20 rule of marketing, where it alleges that 20% of your products are most likely driving 80% of your sales. So brands that kind of recognize this approach will be able to compete and win and surface real-time product recommendations and promotions tailored to each individual to in turn turn every interaction into a unique sales opportunity. So it's not just around your outbound messaging and your marketing, but turning every interaction that a customer has with your brand across any digital touch point into that one of those unique sales opportunities to generate revenue for your business.
All right. Thanks, Mark. So when we talk about personalization, this is, of course, a multifaceted concept. So there are many touch points within an e-commerce journey where personalization can and should come into play for a really relevant and engaging customer experience. So in that standard buying and browsing journey, be it through product recommendations, the content customers are being presented with, the advertisements they're being shown, the prioritized results of their searches, the interfaces they're presented with, or contextual recommendations that are presented to them in their cart or at checkout on the basis of what they have been browsing or are planning to buy. Personalization should be coming into play there. And for the promotions, then of course, this personalization should also be at the forefront. So we don't want to be wasting time presenting customers with offers that aren't relevant to them or aren't enticing to them. We can use things like their previous purchase history, their browsing history, their physical location, and of course, many more facets like that to really present optimal loyalty offerings, promotions, and dynamic pricing. Now, all of these areas of personalization do need to take in consideration data that's taken from and actions taken within many different tools, right? For search, for browsing, for products, for their own customer behavior and profile attributes. And this is where mock composability really comes into play, easily integrating all of these different systems together to provide that centralized and personalized view of your customers and their behavior that can then be used for targeted promotions and messaging. So if we think about the structure of legacy platforms or monoliths, that kind of all-in-one and inflexible solution, they inherently do not support personalization well as one-size-fits-all solutions. And there are a number of reasons for this, but a big portion of this really comes down to a lack of speed and a lack of flexibility in customization and integrations. So legacy platforms really require a tremendous amount of time and development effort to make custom changes and to integrate with other systems that may provide them with that additional full picture context that's needed of a customer to really provide those various personalized experiences. And in addition there, then to the obvious drawback of the cost and effort involved, the time piece is so crucial. So we know that obviously the market and customer wants are constantly changing, and it is so crucial to be able to move at a speed really in step with your customers so as not to be left behind. On legacy platforms, while you're kind of building in a reactive and trailing pattern in response to historic data, that's what you're doing there on a legacy platform rather than really building proactively and in anticipation of customer needs as you can accomplish on mock architecture. So building your commerce platforms on MACH architecture does give you that necessary speed and that necessary flexibility and ease of integration with dozens of other crucial vendors in your customers' buying and browsing journey that will provide you with that necessary information at every step of their journey, and therefore, of course, allow you to seamlessly target and message them at every step of their journey as well. So with on a MACH architecture, lightning fast API calls, allowing integrations and data to be sent in real time. Based on this, promotional tools can be alerted the second an event has been taken by a customer and logged in your CDP to indicate that a specific type of promotion should be engaged and sent to them. Experiences here can be modular and scalable, with dozens or even hundreds of promotions being run at once, with dynamic offers that can be adjusted at any time based on live data feeding in and reporting that you're getting on the efficacy of your campaigns. And with these integration capabilities comes the possibility of really broad omni-channel targeting, with that ability to connect your customers and engage with them with the right promotion at the right time and through the right channel, whether that be online, in store, in your application, or anywhere in between. Awesome. And I'll turn it over to Cassian now to talk a little bit more specifically about the Voucherify and Bloomreach integration and turn us into our live demo next.
Let me just start by saying that we heard about what are the different benefits that the integration what the MACH architecture can help us with. Now let me explain what are the different cases this solution can cover, how the MACH architecture can help out in a couple of specific use cases, and I want to explain a couple of scenarios, a couple of examples, and then show you a live demonstration of how Bloomreach Engagement and Voucherify can help out with defining one of the maybe quite complex scenarios, but I believe that might bring a lot of benefits to the company. So what is important is that with the Bloomreach Engagement and Voucherify, keeping in mind the MACH architecture, you have different tools that have different responsibilities. So Bloomreach Engagement can be the tool that is gathering all of the different events from different services and basing on the reactions, basing on the events that are being sent from different sources. You can create a scenario that will not only segment your customers basing on those events, segment customers based on the customer profile information, but also depending on those different events that happened in the past, communicate with other tools, other API-based tools, other MACH tools, and then create a really special scenario for your customers. So with that approach, with the differences in the responsibilities of the different tools, you can, for example, create a scenario that whenever the customer is viewing a specific set of products, whenever the customer abandons its cart, then you can react immediately. Once you know that the cart was abandoned, depending on the content of the cart, depending on where the customer is, depending on the language the customer is using, then you can create a scenario that will send to Voucherify a request to define a voucher code and then send it over directly to the customer to encourage him to get back to his purchase, to finish the cart. If one of your products is out of stock, then you can also inform the customer that this product is back on the market. And also, if you use this specific coupon code that was generated automatically once the stock was resupplied, then you have a couple of days to use the coupon code. Also, it can be connected to customer interactions if the customer left a review. Once the customer left a comment somewhere, if the customer provided his consent for getting marketing information, This can reward the customer with a coupon code they can use right now. This can enable a promotion to that customer, or reward the customer with some loyalty points. So yeah, with this approach, and what you see right now is the visualization of the different scenarios that are available in Bloomreach Engagement. Once Voucherify sends the information that a customer joined a higher loyalty tier, then it means that the customer was really engaged, and maybe you want to reward the customer by not only triggering an event or triggering a message to a customer based on what the customer did, that the customer joined a higher loyalty tier in Voucherify, but also get from Voucherify a custom reward just for that customer. The same can be to encourage the customer to review his loyalty points that he currently has, review what he can do with those points, review what kind of actions he can make to get more points just by reacting to the information from Voucherify that a customer earned some specific coupon codes. If a customer provided their consent, like one of the examples I shared before, Voucherify can also react, or Bloomreach can make it possible for Voucherify to react and assign a coupon code to a customer and send them over to that person. And finally, maybe a case that is more complex. Whenever you are thinking about introducing a referral program, then that means that whenever the referral code has been used by one of the referees, the referrer also has to be informed about the reward. So it might sound complicated at first, how to know that the referral code has been used, how to know which reward to assign to a customer. The implementation of this action is just those two tiles that you see right now on the screen. But hey, let's right now see how it works in real time. So I want to share with you an example campaign, an example scenario within Bloomreach that will be combining Voucherify's features, that will be combining Bloomreach segmentation mechanisms and filtering mechanisms, and also some external APIs to create a scenario where you can send a call to action to your customers, saying that, well, if you are a Polish customers, we are sending to you a campaign, we are sending to you as a set of emails where each of the emails will have a Valentine's Day code to encourage you to buy a ticket in a cinema for that specific day. In fact, if you receive the coupon code and once you redeem the coupon code, the journey does not end, because you can extend that and say that, yeah, once the redemption was a success, once the coupon code that we gave to you has been redeemed, you can not only get a ticket from an external third-party solution, but you can also get a popcorn code directly from Voucherify that will only be available during the Valentine's Day and give you a specific benefit. And finally, once you redeem that coupon code, once you use or show the coupon code within the POS, then the POS itself, depending on the integration, of course, can also be the source for events associated with the customer, and Bloomreach Engagement can transit that event directly to Voucherify, allowing Voucherify to react and, for example, reward the customer for that specific action. So we are going to see right now directly how this scenario works. So what you've seen on the slides is something that we just copied and paste from Bloomreach Engagement, and let's start this specific action. So I'm going to reset the trigger and start sending out the messages to my customers. So yeah, this will send out of the different coupon codes to their customers. You can see that we are limiting the emails that are being sent to the customers only to customers who are in Poland, basing on the information about the customer within the profile in Bloomreach Engagement, getting the Valentine's Day code from Voucherify, and as a result, I just received a new email that I want to share with you. So here's the here's the email that I received just now. With this coupon code, I can get 2 tickets for 20% off. So I'm just going to copy that coupon code, and the complete email that you see right now was defined within Bloomreach itself. So I have my coupon code and I can try to just use the coupon code. Now, what you see right now is the Voucherify's dashboard that allows you to see how well your campaigns are doing. And the voucher code that I received from a campaign that I received via the email is from a campaign that I defined a couple of days ago. Now, what I will do within Voucherify, and it's a feature that you can use as well. Voucherify has a demo shop option where you can type in, where you can provide the information about which customer you want to redeem the coupon code from. Here we have customer John. This is the person who received the coupon code. There was an instant integration or instant synchronization of customer profiles between Bloomreach Engagement and Voucherify. That's why I can just choose John from my list. During the next step, I can find in my catalog the different kinds of movies that I can add to my cart. So I'm going to just add one of the different movies from the cart, and you can also see that under the customer wallet, the coupon code that I received is also visible here. So Voucherify provides you with some of the features provides a couple of features that allows you to show different kinds of voucher codes that were previously assigned to a customer, verify whether they can be used right now. So by going to the cart, I can apply the discount coupon code. This will validate whether the customer can use the coupon code, whether this coupon code exists, whether the customer meets all of the conditions that allow the customer to receive a specific discount, and I can go to the payment. So what's happening right now, once the payment is done, then it means that Voucherify sent to Bloomreach Engagement an event saying that this customer just made a successful redemption. This scenario is covered, or this part of the scenario is covered by those couple of tiles where we are verifying, or Bloomreach Engagement is listening for an event that indicates that the redemption was a success, checking if the name of the campaign is exactly the 20% discount for Valentine's Day. Then we are gathering all of the information from different sources, gathering the tickets that should be generated for the person, and gathering the popcorn code from Voucherify and putting it into an email that my customer should see just in a second or two. This might take a while, but I can see that I just received the email. So just now I received the following email that contains the coupon code that can be scanned at the barcode at the cinema. So this is the indication that I can get some additional benefits. This code is just the representation of the ticket that was provided by a third-party tool. And I have a QR code that can give me the free popcorn. And if I will use that coupon code, I'm going to get 500 points. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to send out an event that imitates scanning the coupon code, that imitates giving away the customer that free popcorn. So this part of the integration where the POS is sending an event directly to the Bloomreach Engagement is covered by those different tiles. First of all, whenever there is an event that the customer was rewarded by the POS, then Bloomreach Engagement is going to transit that event to Voucherify. If you want to go to some additional details, see how it looks like, you can see that whenever there was a specific action within Bloomreach, you decide what kind of event is being sent to Voucherify according to documentation that we provided, and also what kind of details should be associated with or what kind of details should be shared with Voucherify regarding the customer. Now, once this is done, within Voucherify itself, we defined a loyalty campaign that will reward the customer with points whenever there is a specific action taken by a customer. Those actions can be, for example, a customer made an order, the customer paid a specific amount of money for those orders, and whenever Bloomreach Engagement will see that the customer earned points, or once Voucherify will assign the points to the customer, we are sending the confirmation event to Bloomreach Engagement, and with Bloomreach, you can define whether, depending on the customer's profile, depending on the customer language, what should be done after. So in our case, we are getting a customer's cockpit URL that will be populated within the email, and finally we are going to receive an email. So let me just open up the email that I just received. It's the email that I received 1 minute ago. So I have right now 523 points. 23 points for the purchase I made, 1 point for every dollar I spent, and 500 points for using that specific coupon code. I can check my rewards. That is going to open up a customer cockpit. A customer cockpit where, as a customer, I can exactly see how many points do I have, in which loyalty tier the customer is currently in. If the customer is engaging with multiple loyalty campaigns, it's also going to be shown, and what are the different rewards I can get, and how I can earn some additional points. So all of that is powered by Voucherify. You can create your own cockpits if you wish to, and make an interaction. Even right now, when I exchange my points for the free popcorn, Bloomreach Engagement can react to that, and for example, the coupon code that will give me that free popcorn will be sent to me via email. So I believe that covers this specific scenario with just a couple of tiles, without in a really neat way. You can define exactly what should trigger the first call to action. You can define what exactly the customer must do to receive some additional benefits, up until the point the customer will not only get the popcorn, but also go to the cinema, make some additional actions. So this concludes this part of the presentation. For the next part, we have a Q&A session. So if you have any kinds of questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Castian. Yes, we'll open this up now for Q&A. The chat should be open. Anything that any participants send will just be sent to the three of us as hosts and panelists. So it'll be a bit of an anonymous chat. If you have any questions on Voucherify, on Bloomreach, or generally on mock integrations, we'd be happy to answer those now. All right. So we do have a question from anonymous attendee here. Are there any A/B testing abilities? I'll take that this question is going to be targeted both to Voucherify and to Bloomreach.
Mark, do you want to take over the first part of the question?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. So yes, testing is a critical part of any automated program that you roll out. And within Bloomreach Engagement, we can move beyond traditional content A/B testing, where you can test on different variants like subject line or particular offers or vouchers, for example, that are offered for different customer groups. We can also apply that same kind of A/B testing logic to specific branches of a scenario or a campaign flow. So, for example, you might want to test out three entirely different content streams as part of your campaign test. And that could be using different treatments, different channels, same channel. You can define those out and you can use that to actually pivot the content. So yes, there's some very advanced testing capabilities native here in the platform that enable you to test out different contact strategies, single touch versus multi-touch across the same or even multiple channels. So yeah, there's very advanced testing available within the platform.
Yeah. And from Voucherify's perspective, Voucherify provides the option to create multiple different campaigns. Those campaigns can target different types of customers, or they can target a specific limited group of customers where you can test out the results of that campaign. So combining the flexibility of creating Voucherify's campaign, where you can change the end results of the campaign, change the benefits the customers are getting, change, for example, how many points your customers are going to get depending on which segments they are in, and combining that with Bloomreach options that it provides, then you can track even within Voucherify how well some of the campaigns are doing. Just to provide an example, in case we are talking about the campaign that we were working on today, the one that provides the 20% discount for Valentine's Day. I know that it's not maybe the perfect example because it's not A/B testing, but we provide the functionalities to show you what was the end result of that campaign, how many validations were made, how many redemptions are made, so how many customers in fact went all the way and used the coupon code. And finally, under the analytics tab, you can see exactly when the customers were engaging with that campaign, what was the discounted amount, how many orders were made in a specific time frame, did the customers, for example, later roll back those different discounts, and comparing the results from one of the campaigns and from the A campaign and from the B campaign or any other kinds of campaigns you have in mind, you can verify which campaign has better chance of getting better results.
Wonderful. Thank you. And we have another question here. Does this work with any e-commerce platform, or does the brand have to be specifically on a mock-based architecture? Great question. I can start this off here, and I can let Kazian and Mark weigh in as well. So for both Voucherify and Bloomreach, ultimately, yes, you can actually integrate with any custom platform, even kind of the legacy monolithic platforms as we've discussed previously. We do have quite a few in Voucherify. I know Bloomreach as well. We do have quite a few out of the box integrations with mostly mock vendors. So we're looking at CMSs like Contentful and Amplience, commerce platforms like BigCommerce and Commerce Tools, customer engagement platforms, of course, Bloomreach, Klaviyo, Braze. Those make for much quicker, easier plug and play integrations. But because, we have flexible open APIs, SDKs, that does really allow us to integrate anywhere and everywhere. It may just be a little bit more of a custom development, of course, that would come into play if you are looking to integrate with kind of a non-mock based e-commerce platform.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say our approach is very similar and the integrations we've got are very similar. We've got out-of-the-box integrations with the most common e-commerce platforms that people are on, but we also have the ability to very easily create custom integrations. And, this is critical because we come across a range of clients on different platforms. Sometimes they're even homegrown, home-created kind of custom platforms that they've developed from the ground up, as opposed to being something that's specific off the shelf from an e-commerce perspective. So, there are, a number of accelerators and stuff that have been created to get people onboarded with specific platforms. But it's really easy, irrespective of platform you're on, to integrate a mixture of customer and product data into the platform to start to initiate some of those programs. It's the speed to market that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on.
Yeah, and if I can add something at the end to this question, if you are integrating with the Mac environments, then of course we do have the accelerators that can help you at the start, but also there's nothing stopping you to have this custom integration. So if the tools that you are using can understand API requests, if they can react to the responses from those API requests, or they can just send some data to some external tools. And that means that you can feed the data to, in my case, to Voucherify, and Voucherify will inform you what should change in the customer's price. And depending on the context, depending on your ideas, you can design any process that having in mind Voucherify's functionalities, having in mind Bloomreach functionalities, and then just react to the final results.
How much effort is required to connect Bloomreach and Voucherify? So I know I talked a bit at the beginning of the presentation about kind of ease of integration with mock-based architecture. Cassian, maybe I'll turn this one over to you since you've obviously been playing around with this integration live, both putting the integration together between Bloomreach and Voucherify and then actually building out both these campaigns in these platforms. What is kind of that timeline look like and the level of effort there?
So Voucherify's product team and also Bloomreach Engagement's product team put some effort to have the possibility to integrate between our systems quite easy. So just as an example, once going to Voucherify's integration, there is a specific tile where you can just provide some specific information from Bloomreach Engagement that allows to exchange data between our systems. How does it look like? Where you just provide some specific data from Bloomreach Engagement according to our documentation. Once this is done, then all of the events that are defined within Voucherify are being shared with Bloomreach Engagement, and you can react in Bloomreach to those different events. How it goes the other way around. So what kind of data can be shared from Bloomreach to Engage to Voucherify? This approach where you define different kinds of scenarios allows you to, and let me just show up the debug scenario that I was working on prior to this meeting. You can define that you want Voucherify to be fed with customer information. You want Voucherify to receive the information about different kinds of events. And just by using Bloomreach, you are defining what should trigger sending out the customer update scenarios. It can be an event, for example, from Bloomreach that indicates that the customer has been updated. It can be many different kinds of events. And once this is done, you can send to Voucherify via the API. This is the tile represented the API request sent to Voucherify, where you inform us that a customer who was registered by a specific ID that has this specific name, that has a specific email address. So all of the information you see here, you can define which data you want to share with Voucherify, which data should Voucherify know. So once you have that tile created, then this integration between our system is working fine. And just to provide you some more details, maybe about the scenario we were working on today, you can see that when we tried to send to the Polish customers those different voucher codes, then under this tile, you are just sending to Voucherify a request with the information that, hey, please provide me a coupon code from that specific campaign. And Voucherify reacts, provides that information, and that information can be provided in the Valentine's Day voucher. So this is the voucher that I received at the start. You are just providing the details or the details from one of the API requests sent during that specific process. So it's that easy. It's quite flexible because it allows you to not only feed the email with that details, but also add some additional ties that will react to what Voucherify responded with. I hope that answers that question.
Awesome. And looks like we've got one other question here surrounding PII. So what PII data will Voucherify store?
Oh, we can store all of the PII data if you allow us. But in the end, we understand that when defining the integration between our two systems or between any systems, you also have to define what kind of visibility of the PII information those systems should have. So just by looking back at this event that I was showing to you a couple of minutes ago, if you wish to send to Voucherify the details about the customers, then you can provide us what kind of details from Bloomreach should be shared with us. So in this specific case, I decided, so it was not something that Voucherify requested. It was a decision of the person who was defining the integration between the two systems, what customer information should be shared So, for example, whether the customer is registered, what is the customer's name, what's the customer's email address. We could also feed Voucherify with some additional metadata about the customer, whether the customer is subscribed, what is the customer location, what is the customer's marital status, and so on and so forth. If you feel that Voucherify should have that data, for example, to target discounts to customers with some specific in some specific locations, it's worth for Voucherify to know where the customer is based, and then use that in Voucherify to target a discount to those customers. But in the end, this approach is in your hands. So you decide what data you feel is safe to be shared with Voucherify, what is required to fulfill your different kinds of scenarios.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I'm looking, I don't think we have any other questions left. I can give just an extra moment here for anyone to pop any either in the Q&A section at the bottom or the chat if you have access there. And don't hesitate to reach out to either Voucherify or Bloomreach should you have any questions that come to mind after we exit the webinar. Like I mentioned, this will be recorded, so you can share it with colleagues. You can reference back after. Looks like we may have gotten all of the questions for now. So thank you again, everyone, for joining. We really do appreciate your time. And have a great rest of the day, everyone. Thanks again.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.